Hi students, welcome to Roots Academy. Myself Inayatullah, lecturer of mathematics. In our last video, we discussed about types of sets. In today's video, let us discuss about operations on sets, which is very important topic in set chapter. So that is operations on sets. So there are many kinds of operations. We will discuss one by one. So the first one is union of two sets. First one is union of two sets. First operation, union of two sets. If suppose A and B, suppose here A and B are in two sets, then the union is denoted by like this: A, capital U, B. The U shaped figure is called union here. That is, we will read this as A union B. And this defines that the elements which are present in A are in B are both combining. Those are the elements of union of two sets. If A and B are two sets, then union is defined as set of those elements which are in set A or in set B are both the sets, that is A and B. This is the definition of union of two sets. That means, if suppose in general, if X is an element of the set, then X is such that X belongs to set A, or this X belongs to set B. This is the definition of A union B. If X is an element of set, either it should be belongs to A or B, or it should belongs to both the set. That means we are combining the sets here. Let us check the examples here. First example: if set A is A comma B and set B equals B comma C comma D. I have two sets. A has two elements, B has three elements. Let us see what is the union here according to the definition. A union B is equals to elements of set A, B, that is union is combining. Union means we are combining these two sets, but we will not write repeated elements, because in set we will write each and every element as distinct. So A comma B, next I will take C comma D. Here I combine these two sets. This is A union B. Another example: if A equals 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 and B equals 5 comma 6 comma 7, then here two different sets. The union of these two sets is combining the elements of these two sets. So start from set A 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4. Set A elements first, then I will take set B elements 5 comma 6 comma 7. This is the examples of union of two sets, and this is the method we will apply here in union. After this, let us go to the next operation. The second operation is intersection of two sets. Intersection. Intersection of sets. So again, in intersection, we'll take two sets A and B. Then their intersection is denoted by A intersection B. Reverse U shape is called as intersection. That is A intersection B. This says that set of those elements which are common in these two sets. Only those elements which are common in these two sets. That is called as intersection of two sets. Or it can be, it is not necessary that it should be only two sets. We can take more number of sets also. But definition remains same. Whatever the elements are common in the given sets, that is our intersection. That means set of those elements which are common in set A and set B. Common elements of set A and set B is called intersection of two sets. If suppose X is a set, then this can be written as X such that if in general if I discuss as X an element, then X belongs to set A, X belongs to set A and X belongs to set B. Here and earlier we used the word or for union. This is and. This is the definition of intersection of two sets. Let us take some examples here. Okay, the examples are: first, if A equals A comma B comma C, B equals B comma C comma D comma E. These are the two sets. Then A intersection B is equals to the common elements of these two sets. What is common here? BC is present in A, BC is present in B also. So BC are the common elements. Then A intersection B is B comma C. This is the intersection of these two sets. Next example. If A equals 1, 2, 3, 4 and B equals 2, 4, 6, 8. Then A intersection B here is 2, 4. 2, 4 are the intersection of two sets. So this is about intersection of two sets. Then next, third is difference of sets. Difference of sets. If again we take two sets A and B, and difference means we know it is subtraction. Difference means subtraction, minus sign. Difference A difference B is denoted like this, and B difference A denote B minus A. It is like this. A difference B is this, B difference A is this. So the definition of difference of two sets here is, if suppose if I am taking A difference B, then it is set of those elements which are present in A but not in B. Set of those elements which are present only in A but not in B. That is A difference B. If A and B are any two sets, the difference of set A to set B is the set of those elements which are in set A, which are in set A, that is, which are present in set A, but not in set B, and it is denoted by A minus B. It is denoted by A minus B. That means present in A but not in B. And if in general, if I have X is the element, then that can be represented as X such that X belongs to set A, but X does not belongs to set B. This is A minus B. If I take B minus A, then it is just reverse case. Elements must present in B but not in A. X such that X belongs to B but X does not belongs to A. This is B minus A. It's a very simple concept. Just elements are of A we want but not elements of B. Let us see some examples. Okay. First example, if A equals A comma B comma C comma D and B equals D comma E comma F. E comma F. Let me first take A minus B to this. A minus B, what I said in the definition, we need the elements of set A but not the elements of set B. Whatever the elements present in set B, that I don't want from set A, that I should remove. What is present in set B here? D, E and F. Okay, in set A, B, C, D. Okay, this D I should remove from this. Then what is left out in A? A, B, C. These are the elements of A minus B. So that is A minus B is A comma B comma C. Similarly, what is B minus A? Let me check. What is B minus A? B minus A means I want the elements of B but not the elements of A. What is there in set A? A, B, C, D. These elements I don't want, but I want the elements of B. If I remove the elements of A from this, the left out is E comma F. This is B minus A. Then if you take one more example, if A is equals to 1, 2, 3 and B is equals to 2, 3, 4, 5. Then what is A minus B? What is A minus B here? It is just one single element, because 2, 3 I should remove because it is present in set B. 2, 3 is present in set B. Since I want A minus B, I should take only this as an answer. Next, what is B minus A? B minus A is, I should remove the elements of set A from B. What is there in set A? 1, 2, 3 is there, that I should remove from B. 2, 3 if I remove, then what is the answer? It is just 4, 5. This is B minus A. So this is about difference of sets. Then next we will go to this symmetric difference. Okay. After difference of sets, now let us go to the symmetric difference. Symmetric. The word symmetric means what? It's mirror image. Reverse case also should be satisfied. So symmetric difference. Symmetric difference of two sets. If A and B are two sets, A and B are any two sets, then the symmetric difference is denoted by A delta B. A delta B is called symmetric difference. This delta is denoted for symmetric difference. That means A symmetric difference B. What is the definition of symmetric differences? It is very simple, that A symmetric difference B is equals to A minus B union B minus A. This is the simple definition of symmetric difference of two sets. It says the union of difference of A to B and difference of B to A. This is the basic definition. And this is the formula also to find the symmetric difference of any two sets. Let us take some examples here. First example, if A equals 1, 2, 3 and B equals 3, 4, 5, let us first find the differences. As we studied differences before this, before symmetric difference, let me write what is A minus B. So A minus B means what? I should remove the elements of B from A. So what do I get? I get just 1, 2. Then what is B minus A? B minus A is I should remove the elements of A from B. So what is left out here? In B, if I remove these elements, just 4, 5. Yes. Now what is the symmetric difference B? A symmetric difference B is equals to union of these things, or okay, A minus B union B minus A. So that is, what is A minus B? 1, 2 union 4, 5. So what is the answer here? Here answer is the union of these two sets, means I am combining these two sets, that is 1, 2, 4, 5. This is the symmetric difference of these two sets. Next, another example. If A equals A comma B comma C and B equals C comma D comma E comma F. These are the two sets. Then first let me write A minus B. So what is A minus B? A minus B is just these two elements, A comma B, and B minus A is, if I remove C from B, that's enough. So the remaining is answer, that is D comma E comma F. This is B minus A. Then A symmetric difference B. A symmetric difference is A minus B union B minus A. So I will write it here itself. So what is A minus B? A comma B. What is B minus A? D, E, F. So if I want to write the union of these two sets, I should combine these two things. So the answers are A, comma B, comma D, comma E, comma F. This is the answer of asymmetric difference B for these two sets. So this is about the symmetric difference. This formula is very, very important. Next, after the symmetric difference, then we will go to the last part of the operations of sets. That is, last one is fifth one, complement of set. Complement of sets or set. Complement. Here, if suppose A is any set, suppose A is any set, if I want to write its complement, complement means whatever elements which are not there in this set A, then the complement is denoted by A. In some textbook it's given A bar also, and in some textbook, very rare cases, we will represent A power small c for complement. But maximum time we will take this as a symbol for complement. If suppose A is a set, then next comes this also we will represent for complement as well as this also. Let us stick to these things. A dash is complement. If suppose A is any set, A is any set, then the complement definition says that it is the difference of universal set and the set. It is the difference of a universal set and the set. That means if U, capital U, is an universal set, if U is an universal set and A is any set, A is any set, then the complement of set A, complement of set A, set A is the set of those elements, set of only those elements which are present in U, but not in set A. So, in symbolically, we can represent this as A complement is equals to U minus A. A complement is equals to universal set minus the set. This is the basic definition of complement of set. That means only we will take those elements which are present in A but not in set A, which are present in U but not in set A. So let us discuss some examples here. First one, if A equals, first I will take U. If U equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and set A equals, set A is 2, 3, 4. Then what is complement? What is A complement here? A complement is U minus A. That means I should remove the elements of set A from this universal set. So what is the answer? So 2, 3, 4 I should remove. The left out are 1, 5, 6, 7. This is a complement. Another example we take. If A equals A comma B comma C comma D, okay, we'll take U here. U equals A comma B comma C comma D comma E comma F. This is U. You are written second. This is A. A is A, B, C, D. So what is A complement here? Then we'll write A complement as A, B, C, D. I should remove from this. Then the left out in U is E and F. Okay, I will write the symbol first. U minus A. Since it is A complement, I will take U minus A. If I will take B is the set, then I will write B complement is equal to U minus B. Okay. Here, what I should write? I should write the elements of U which is not there in set A. That is E and F. This is about the complement of sets. I hope you people understood the operations on sets, which are very, very important topic in sets. It carries lot of marks both in board exam as well as in competitive exams. Let us go to the next topic. The next topic in set chapter is disjoint sets. Disjoint set. Disjoint. The meaning itself tells everything. That different set. Disjoint. The exact definition of disjoint set are, if suppose A is any set and I have another set whose name is B, then these two sets can be a disjoint if and only if their intersection is null. If their intersection is null, that is A intersection B whose answer is nothing, that is null, then these two sets are called as disjoint sets. So the definition of disjoint sets are the intersection of intersection of two sets is null, then the sets are called as disjoint. Are called as disjoint. Otherwise, it is not disjoint. Let us take some example here. First example. If set A is A comma B comma C and B is another set whose elements are D comma E comma F. Now I should find the intersection of these two sets. So A intersection B. So what are A intersection B here? Is there any common element? No. Set A has A, B, C, B has D, E, F. So this declares that it doesn't have any elements. So it is just empty flower brackets. Or I can write the intersection is null. Hence, the given two sets are disjoint. These two sets are disjoint. Another example. If A equals X such that X is even natural number. Here n represents natural number. It is even natural number. And B is another set. X such that X is odd natural number. I have two sets. First is A. The elements of set are even natural numbers. Of course, it is an infinite set. Then B is another set which is having only odd natural numbers. Here also it is an infinite sets because there is no restriction to the elements here. So we can consider it is infinite. Now what is A intersection B? We will check here. Is there any common element here? No, because even numbers are multiples of 2. Odd numbers are not multiples of 2. So this is a disjoint set. Its intersection is null. Its intersection is purely null. Therefore, these two sets are called as disjoint sets. Okay. This is about disjoint sets. Now, we will go to the last topic of the set. That is intervals. We will discuss intervals now. Intervals. This is a very important concept or topic in sets. Intervals. So, intervals. There are different intervals here. Open, open. These are intervals. Some basic intervals. So let us discuss one by one. And intervals are anything written in open bracket or closed bracket. Any two numbers written with comma in open or closed bracket. Closed brackets are this. This is open bracket. If I write A, comma B, then it is called as intervals. This kind of representation wherever we see, then this will declare that it is an intervals. Here it is intervals. Like this also we can call it as intervals. Okay. Let us discuss one by one intervals. First one is open interval. First, open interval. Open interval. Open intervals are denoted by like this. If it is just open intervals, then both the side towards our left and right side we'll put this kind of brackets. Open bracket. This declares that if A and B are two elements, then here we will exclude these two elements. Whatever the elements or numbers comes between these two numbers A and B, those are the answers here. Those are the answers. And this is the beautiful uses of intervals. Instead of writing each and every element, we will just write the first and the last element. So easily we can come to know, okay, it is from here to here, or it is between this to that. So that is the beauty of interval. So in this open interval case, if I write open interval of 1, 6, it is both the side, it is open interval. So this declares that between 1 and 6, whatever the natural number or any number, whatever the set we will fix, whatever the set we will fix, then that we will consider. If it is natural number here, if natural number is a set, then if I write 1 comma 6 in open intervals, then it declares that whatever the number comes between 1 and 6, those are the answers here. That means its answers are 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5, because it is open interval. So in open interval, what we will do, we will exclude the extremes. It is like eating a banana. We will take banana, but when we start eating, we will peel the skin of the banana. These are the skins of the banana. So this is open interval. Next is closed interval. And open interval, in general, it is represented as, in general, x such that a strictly less than x strictly less than b. It is a strictly less than x strictly less than b. It is strictly less than b. It means we will not take these two elements where x belongs to natural number. Next. Second is closed interval. Closed interval. This is represented like this, closed bracket. And here, in general, if a and b are two elements of this, then here from 2, it means from 2. It means we will consider these extremes also, as well as whatever the elements comes between this. So that means open interval can be defined that x is such that x belongs to natural number, comma, a less than or equals to x and x is less than or equals to b. This is the definition of closed interval. Here it is less than or equal to, less as well as equal to this, as well as less as well as equal to b here. That means if I take an example, if I write 1 comma 6, okay, same example here in closed interval, then this can be written as 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5 comma 6. This is the answer. So here I consider this extremes also, but in open interval I didn't consider the extremes. It is like eating an apple. In apple, maximum times we will not peel the skin, we will directly eat the apple. That is with skin. Okay. Next is open closed. Open closed interval. That means first is open towards our left hand side and right hand side it is closed. If I take the elements a comma b as in intervals, then this can be written as x such that x belongs to natural number. So it is a strictly less than, because it is open. One side it is open, so it is strictly less than x less than or equals to b. This is about open closed. Means left hand side extreme I don't want, but I will consider the right hand side extreme. Here I will take the same example so you can easily understand this. So example 1 comma 6. So the elements are 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5 comma 6. This is about open closed interval. Then the last one is, okay, I'll write here. Closed open. Closed open interval. So here first is closed and next is open. This is closed open interval. If the general elements are a comma b, then this defines that x such that x belongs to natural number It can be any number, but here I consider natural numbers as a set. It can be real number, anything, but this is very important to define what it is. Natural number. So here a is needed here, that is a less than or equal to x, but b I don't want. So this is less than b. This is about closed open interval. That means I will take first element, then I will write the next elements, but I will not write this right hand side extreme. This I will not consider. That means, example, if I have 1 comma 6, same numbers again is there, then I will write the set as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the answer. These are the basic definitions or the basic concepts of intervals, which is very, very important. I hope you people understood the definitions and the concepts of the open interval.